In this session, I'm going to compare our physical firewall and virtual firewall. Now, I would like to show you my configuration commands, and also in VMware Workstation, we have Fortigate virtual machine. Before I showed you the port 1, port 2. Currently we are using port 1 and port 2. In port 1, we configure our host only configuration to reach our firewall interface, firewall GUI, and the second port directly bridge to Wi-Fi adapter. And also I wrote the necessary config commands for port 1, port 2, and also router static configuration for our in Linux machine, router command. And then also screenshot from virtual machine, VMware virtual machine. As you see, VM4 adapter, but currently we are using 2 adapter, and VMnet 2 and VMnet 1. One of them is host only, as I said. And our logic topology, port 1 for direct to Fortigate, and port 2, and we are going to internet. And also DNS configuration we need. All of this configuration before we made, but I would like to summarize all of this configuration and want to show you in visually show you. And also this is our virtual topology. In my mind, I would like to create DMZs. I want to use my physical firewall as a DMZ, demilitarized zone firewall, and virtual firewall I will use as a internal firewall, Fortigate virtual machine. And also I would like to test our internet connection. Yeah. Now I will ping Google. I need to I will check the accessibility of internet again. We have some problem. I need to check our DNS, and our interface, and also our firewall policy. In our policy, internet's always, service as all, and action accepts. Yes, our incoming interface is port 1, is host only, our internal network, and port 2 is our external network to reach internet. As you see in this picture, port 2 is network adapter 2 is going to internet. Port 1 is our host only network. Now this IP address is our virtual machine, Fortinet. And I'm checking everything. to find out the problem. Implicit deny, accept. I will check this. I will delete this cable and connect again. Which one should I connect to this cable? Right now, it's important to reach internet. Ethernet 1 is our host only interface. Ethernet 2, actually, a moment. It's Ethernet 0 I need to connect. Yeah, it's Ethernet 0 is port 1. I assume that Ethernet 0 is port 1 and Ethernet 1 is as a port 2. It's working. So in our local area, it couldn't get IP address from the HCP, so I need to configure our PC IP address, virtual PC IP address, and gateway. Yes, yeah, we successfully reach out the internet. But important step is you have to configure this policy because as a default, implicit deny policy is defined, but you need to define this policy, accept policy. Now, I will also compare both of them, physical firewall and virtual machine, physical firewall and virtual firewall, Fortigate. I will also, that is our virtual firewall, where we deployed in VMware virtual machine, and also our virtual environments like that. And also we will use physical firewall. I have physical firewall, and but my aim is to create a DMZ zone, and I will use this firewall in demonstration zone. Now, also I would like to explain some information about Fortinet firewall with power cable, separate cable. We need to power on, and also one Ethernet cable. And we can use I will use my computer for port 1, but in company network we are using a switch, and then we connect to our camera, our phone and laptop, and our all of access pointer and point of service, everything we connect to switch in a store or somewhere to implements of network. Also login. Check the patching cable. I checked the patching cable, and right now it's working. That is my physical Fortigate firewall. Interfaces. Firewall policy. I would like to, before that, as a default, this firewall policy, you can see only this policy implicit deny. So we need to create new policy. Name is interface is port 1 to port 2. Name is when I delete it, we couldn't reach to internet. Yes, right now it's the timeout. When I define this, service all, internet access port 1, as you see in this port 1, in host internal to external to our Wi-Fi gateway port 2, all except, okay. Yes, now I'll command again. Yes, we can access to internet when I define this rule. In this session, I showed you virtual firewall compared to virtual firewall and our physical firewall. Physical firewall is a bit easier than virtual firewall. Install when we make configuration and necessary installments. To deploy virtual environment is a little bit difficult than physical environments, because in physical environments we direct the patching cable and configure the necessary things and enter the necessary IP address, internet IP address, and switch IP address, and installed system assessment. But in our virtual environments, we need to configure ports IP address, and also VMware adapter, VMware configuration, and also virtual environments installation. We need to handle all of this. So also in this video, we saw difference between the virtual and physical firewall. And also we test. We also reach out the internet. We ping to Google. We have implicit deny as a default, and we configured a rule to access internet. So right now we also test to reach out the internet, ping Google. After rule defined, we reach the destination. We can ping the destination. And in this topology, next in the future, we will also use the physical firewall as a DMZ in DMZ area. But currently, we will study with this firewall and continue with this firewall in our training.